Every weekend, I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other. It's part of who I am. If you ride, you know what I mean. That's why I insure with Shannon's. They get it. They share our passion and give us the features riders want, like limited use cover and multi-vehicle discounts. Shannon's insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. Whatever you ride, ride with Shannon's.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Rare Spares has over 50,000 product lines and releases over 500 new products every year. Your local Rare Spares distributor has what you need when you need it. And as the only restoration company officially backed by Holden and Ford, we take our part in your project very seriously. Rare Spares, more than just a part in your project.
These competitors here, really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way. These competitors here, really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way. These competitors here, really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way. These competitors here, really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Turn the comms on.
These competitors here, really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, sim racing fans, and sorry for the delay. As you can see, my good friend, Mr. That Way, Sinkovic, is not quite with us at the moment. He is here on comms. I am Nathan ShiBBy Howard. We are here for the Simrigs V8 Supercars mini-series. Thank you all for joining us this evening. If you caught our mini-series show of the GR86, you do know we are in for a phenomenal show of racing here tonight for Warren and Brown Tools round 1 of the 4-round series. We are at Phillip Island. It is a hot and toasty 35 degrees, so we are going to see a lot of slipping and sliding. At the moment, our cars on track, we are looking at 34 drivers out here tonight for the SRW mini-series, so looking like a fantastic turnout. Everybody already joining in the chat. ShiBBy can't be, well, yes I can, because you're only seeing shoulders up, mate. I can be in anything below, mate, so no issues there. I just won't be standing up. Huge shout out for everybody for joining us tonight. We appreciate all the support. And yes, it's going to be a cracking race. Qualifying is on, as you can see down the bottom. We did have a bit of a delay of start. We had a bit of a team meeting and to go over season 4 and things like that. But this is a mini series. This is for a bit of fun. Everybody get out there and enjoy, and for Steve and I to start playing with some things we can do with the broadcast to make it a little bit more entertaining for you all. So let's have a quick look at the standings and see what these guys are doing. And I got to get me off the screen. Give me 1 second, and I am gone. All right, so Blake Warboys, no surprise there that he is sitting up with a in P1 with a 128.339. Stephen Kennedy is a full second, or just, full over a second. In P2 with a 129.008. Jamie Davis, new name that I've never seen before, so great to see new drivers joining the league. 129.080. This is only a 15 minutes qualifying in the mini series, so we will be heading on through to, it is a sprint round, so we've got a 20-minute race and then a 40-minute race, and that's how this mini series is going to run. Move some of this stuff around, turn Steve's mic on so when he's ready to say g'day you can.
Oh, I'm ready to go, mate. I've just been sitting here like a mullet, waiting for you. Turn your broadcast screen on for me, mate, so I can see these beautiful people out there, because my SDK and everything is rebooting.
Alright, mate, I got you. Give me 1 sec. Let's get this screen up for Steve.
Tell you what, the broadcast quality is looking sensational out there, ShiBBy. Really good job, mate.
Ah, shucks. All right, so qualifying is well ahead. Joe Marnie, one of our league racers. Actually, if you have a look, there's a lot of good names out there from the league and a lot of new names as well. While we're here with Joe Marnie, I suppose because we want to play with the cameras a little bit, show you guys what we're looking at doing. Let's get a Warren and Brown Tools cockpit cam and get on board with Joe Marnie in his rig. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, one of our drivers for JTIT from Oz. There he is, racing his rig while on screen. Looking good, Joe, looking good. He was eating pizza, and I could see him eating pizza on camera, and I was getting quite hungry. So thanks to Warren and Brown Tools for this awesome opportunity to show off the skills of our drivers and them in their rigs. We've got 2 more drivers on board as well that we can jump to through the night. Blake Warboys also asked for a link, so if he ever joins the producers... Oh, Blake has joined. We've got another driver now that we can show off tonight.
I love the boys getting involved. How awesome is it?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we are so fortunate to have some amazing people in the community that want to go and drive with us and race with us and put their faces on TV for their own expenses. So we take it out of them.
Essentially, we don't want their faces. We want them racing in their rig. Look at that. There we go. We can see on board in the cockpit in iRacing, as well as Joe Marnie racing, where you can see his inputs match exactly what he's doing in the sim. So awesome little shot there from the triple screen setup.
Looking pretty good. Oh, he's one of those hairy knuckle guys.
Yeah, he's got a nice beard. I sort of want to give him a stroke and ask him what oil he uses.
Have a look at the forearm development. Whew. He's had plenty of practice, that boy.
Yeah, definitely a quick driver, and only getting quicker as the season goes. Enough about Joe. We have qualifying to run through. We have skipped a lot. But as you can see, Warboy's still sitting the top of that chart. Steve Kennedy in next. Jamie Davids, Christopher Barrage, Dylan DeBoto up in P5. Really good drive. Qualifying will end there. But if you have a look, there's only about 2.5 seconds across this 35-car field. This is going to be a big one tonight.
How sick is this? We don't even have the league going. We're just having a bit of fun. And we've got 35 drivers out there chucking cars around at Phillip Island on a Thursday night.
100%, mate, 100%. This was the whole point of these mini-series, keep the league, some things running without a 4-week break so it doesn't die off, and to keep our broadcast running. So Blake Warboys will take the racecraft qualifying session and pole position. Stephen Kennedy will line up next to him. Jamie Davis, Chris Burrage, Dylan DeBono, Braden Sagassa, Michael Quain, Rick Vigor, Glenn Wilkinson, Joe Marnie, Jake Jackson, Darren Crosby. Troy Sipple, Michael Schroeder, Mark Horton, John Gallen, Caleb Balak, Blake Gallen, Andrew Cowan, Doug Gowans, Hamish Munro, Scott Perrins, Joshua King, Mick Clifton, Greg Leake, Keegan Caldwell, Cam Hardwick, Tyler Sheaf, Daniel Fritz, Jet Murray, Greg Barber is racing, is he? Or is he RC as well?
He's RC, mate. He's RC.
Peter Gretton's out there as well. Sean Smith, Mark Turner, and Daniel Fritz is also RC tonight with us as well. So a massive grid of races and drivers.
Mate, and some very fast names out there too.
Oh, yes, mate. Oh, yes, indeed. Bear with us as we try and keep on top of the chaotic action that is going to happen after this.
Mate, the chaotic action has already started and it's in my booth here.
Shows that we're all organised except Stephen.
Well, you know, I've got puppets to work with, and unfortunately,
hey, I prefer to be called a Muppet, mate, a Muppet. All right, we are getting ready to go racing. The lights are green. We are on board with our pole sitter, Blake Warboys from WK and P Sim Sports, and they are off and racing.
Second place bogged it down and got held up behind it, and they're already 3, 4, 5 wide in the back there. Have a look at these boys go. Oh, a few smart ones have gone and just thought, let these boys take off and we'll just get through. 2 wide, 3 wide, coming up to, I believe this is, they call this Honda. Is that Honda?
Sure.
No idea. I can't remember it anymore. My brain has left the building, people. But it looks amazing, whatever it is. I know that this corner here is an absolute mongrel, and you're going to be hard on the brakes and clean through here. There'll be a few tail waggings. Oh, Rick Vigor's done a dive on the inside then. He's made it clean. The M1 boys side by side through there, and we're still getting 2 and 3 wide. WKMP is one of the new boys in there, and there's a few colours out there we don't recognise.
Yeah, a lot of new drivers out there that I think are picked up from our Facebook and social posts shared all over iRacing Australia and iRacing in New Zealand to come along and have a race with us. Raw Boys already really putting a charge. Then there's a little bit of a gap back to P2 and P1. There is a 1.9 MX car, and the was that Mr. Pavlovich?
Don't think so.
Was that one? Who was that in
I don't know, but your stream is paused for me.
I've had to move stuff around. iRacing.
Pause not enough?
No. iRacing Black Flag Car 399 start line infringement. So that is Keegan Caldwell. That is really unfortunate for Keegan.
Yeah.
It's Stephen Kennedy from the M1 Racing now. Dropped down 6 spots into P1. Joe Marnie is hot on his tail though. This is a lot to take in. This is going to be great practice for me for the coming season with a fully packed out 50 registered drivers.
It's going to be a lot of mayhem for you, but look at the way these boys are. No major bingles. Everyone's taking their time getting in line, and it's nice and clean racing. A few side-by-sides, but they're giving each other space. We got here, it looks like, is that... Yeah, 1.9 with... Is that Caldwell?
Caleb Balak.
Caleb Balak.
Is that John, so that's John Gallen in the...
Oh, that was a nice switch up at the front there.
Yeah,
and
John
there's another
Gallen
one.
is
John Gallen, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming through. Look at these boys go. The pace they're carrying through this top corner here. This is absolute mongrel here as well. No one's turned it around yet. We're only at lap 2 or 3. Well, as I mentioned it, there we go. We've got, is that Joe Mahoney?
Joe Marnie, yeah.
Joe Marnie.
And Stephen Kennedy there off track.
Yep. Add a bit of love. Commentators curse straight away. Here we go, too wide. Coming into the kick, going right. Jeez, it's a race to this big corner. Oh, keep it clean, boys. Yes, well done. Someone had to give and someone did.
Oh, the Pecky's car.
Look at this.
Sipple
Oh,
down
it's got a move on the inside by Sipple.
What a great move there.
That was great control. The grip he had through there was unbelievable.
Wow, this really... Oh, no, I think Sagassa's in... What's happened to Sagassa? Sagassa's on the dirt for the 19 MX team. Watch the rejoin, Watch the rejoin.
That was close, man. That was close. That was close.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't got my earbud in. I bet someone's going to call that one in. A lot of people out there having a blast, and I'm sitting here frantically trying to get my everything to work.
Everything will work.
No earbuds, no audio, no nothing. All I can hear is you, mate, and that's it. Living life, living the dream.
And Sipple are going at it again. These guys actually were battling the pants off each other all through season 3, so it does not surprise me that they're out here tonight. Scott Perrins is falling through the field for Quantum Pecky's Performance Racing. Has had an off-track himself. Hamish Munro for Simrigs Infinity Motorsport. Also one of our producers here at SRW TV. Having a great run here with Kennedy.
Oh, Hamish can drive.
Wait.
The hell's going on? Oh, he's got no boot.
So there's definitely been a few incidents that I think we have missed.
That's all right. We'll let them go unruly. While we're there, 811 subscribers. If you're watching tonight and you haven't subscribed, please do.
On board now, you can see the concentration on Hamish's face as he battles his way through the field. Glenn, there has been a spin in front of him. Someone is falling through the field. Glenn Wilkinson has. Now Kennedy is up the side of Munro. And Munro going to have to slip in back behind him.
And he has done nicely.
Definitely see how much he's concentrating.
Mate, I am shocked. There's a lot of new faces in here, and the driving standards has been sensational.
It's been
absolutely
a
sensational.
Great start. A few little off tracks here and there, and some mistakes.
Yep.
Bit of a mistake there was that Greggy Leak just in the front, and Tyler Sheep as well.
Good to see Mr. Leak out there. As much as he hates these cars, he can drive it.
I missed something. Hamish has gone into the pits. Maybe to use that fast repair early in this 20-minute race.
Yeah, he's probably losing a lot of drag through a lot of downforce in the rear end coming around those corners, and it's with the heat that's out there, he's probably not doing him any favours either.
And Michael Schroeder here, right on the back of Sagassa, the 19 MX driver getting hassled. Schroeder's going to make the move, overshoots it, locks up, and into the grass he goes. Sagassa
missed his point by a long while.
We're going to get back down this battle. Bit of a
3 wide.
Kennedy is into the grass. That is definitely going to be called in.
What's the entry? What's the entry? Oh, no, that's definitely going to be bad re-entry. That's when he called in as well. Is that Kennedy in that car just did a donut?
That's Kennedy there on screen now. So
okay,
action just there. Horton and Jake Jackson are back at it. Who does Jake Jackson race for? 19 MX Rap. Who does Mark Houghton race for? Accelerant Sim Racing. Drive-through penalty car for 009. Driving infringement lap 4, turn 4. So that's actually Mark Houghton who is going to... No, sorry, Horton, who is going to get that drive-through penalty. We'll get those intervals up for you guys and keep an eye on what's happening. Doug Grandpa Gowans now getting hassled by Jake Jackson. Down the inside Jackson goes. Gowans in that old school Vodafone, a 888 car. The Norton antivirus tick of approval on the back. That's a cracker. Riding on board with Jake Jackson right now off the nose of this ZB Commodore.
And that was at the back. Someone just slid out. I think it was one of the M1 boys.
Got Few with a couple of off tracks. A bit of battling here. Blake Gallen has sort of shot his way now through Grandpa Gowan's WK&P Sim Sports. Having a great battle here. Gallen, Gowans, and Hugh Horton. I was going to say Hugh again. Get it right, ShiBBy. I've been saying it all season.
Hey, it's all good, mate. I've just logged in. SDK's finally working. I'm thinking, why are all the cars red?
Blake Warboys with an absolute cracker, pushing it out to a 4-second gap. Back onto Dylan DeBono. The Velocity Sim Sport car. We do have Warboys sitting in the camera room, so I'm going to, while we've got people, we may
got
as well
people?
show them off. Let's get,
We got people.
we got people. We got lots of
people.
drivers in our driver camps tonight.
We got
On
people.
board with Blake Warboys for W&KP Sim Sports. He is our race leader at this very moment.
He's only a young fella. I thought he was an old fart like me.
No. Well, it could be the shave, to be honest.
It could be the shave.
Yeah.
Is that a beanie or it's the side of his seat?
That's the side of his seat, mate. He's got a full-track racer set up.
Full-track
Mike
racer.
Cochran just said, go Blake Gallen. And he has just had an off day and he's plummeting through the field. He is now down to 21st and still falling. I think that actually was quite a big instant. We'll try and get a replay of what's happened there.
Whoop, whoop. Yep.
Replay with Blake Gallen. Oh, could have been a bit of contact. It was hard to see from that angle, but we will leave that up to race control. And unfortunately, with such a massive field, you can see he's had to change the direction of how to re-enter safely. So really nice work there from Blake.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's been a spin in front of him.
No.
Someone else has actually spun as he's trying to re-enter.
Oh, dude.
Oh, so who was that? Oh, Sheepy's around.
These boys are stuck inside each other.
Yeah.
They're backing into each other. This is like watching. This is like watching. What's that comedy? When that guy's trying to do a 10-point, 20-point turn inside Heathrow Airport.
You mean the old gold member? The
Yeah,
Austin
that's the
Powers?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin Powers, that's the one.
On board
I'll
here
tell you
with
what,
Tyler Sheep and Mark Clifton.
Tyler Sheep right on the back of Mark Clifton. He's held well. Battles are going left, right, and centre. A lot of green and orange everywhere.
It's a really tight race and really, really good racing so far. Great
And
to
Bono's
see.
doing well. He's still he's 5 seconds off, but we know who he's following. It's going to be always hard to keep up to that guy. Crosby's making his way through. Rick Viggers is on the back of Jamie Davis.
Schroeder's trying to show the nose down the inside of Michael Quaid. So close. Probably could have had that.
Yeah, I think he was just a bit too much of a gentleman at that point, but maybe he's going to go for the inside line here at the main corner. Yes, he is. He's going to get him on the inside here and get the run into that corner. Look at that, side by side. He's past him. Nice work.
Nice work.
Nice
Joshua
work.
King now trying to push his way through.
Oh, bit of tail waggling going there.
Oh,
and a bit of a
Sheafy's
bump
off. Sheafy's off.
Yes.
You know what, though? This is the first time Sheafy's out there in the V8 supercar, and he is doing fantastic. He's been really excited to actually join our AM series. After coming from... He was a dirt mate. That's all he raced was 360s, 450s.
Yep.
You know, he dirt mate. Got in on board with SRW because of the dirt series we ran for that one season. Oh, big slide from Sagasa. Somehow manages to catch it though.
Car 55 gets a warning on lap 4, turn 4.
Car 55 is, how quick are my eyes tonight? That is Stephen Kennedy from M1 Racing.
Yep.
Cochran says all hopes now on Jonathan Gallen. He's down in P17, mate, having a good race so far. This is a
Car 19. Car 19's had an unsafe rejoin for lap 4 on turn 4.
My eyes, that was Mick Clifton. So that is Mick Clifton for, I don't know what team. It doesn't say it there.
No.
They do have to be careful. This is treated exactly like we run all our league races. Again,
Yeah, there's
Crosby
definitely no
and
holding back.
Sagasa. This is a fun
Nice
league to come
work.
and race, so our race control is going to treat it exactly the same. You faces need to learn how SRW run this show. Shout out to iRacing for making realistic sand after 15 years.
It is realistic. In the Formula 3s in the last round, someone was spun off in front of me and I had dirt hit my helmet visor right where my face is, and I actually could see it coming and I tried to duck out of the way. That's how real it felt in the VR. That was crazy. It actually gave me a bit of a buzz.
Jamie Davis, another new name. Not sure what team he's in. They need to get the iRacing driver details and update that stuff so we can shout out their teams. But it does say AutoServe Racing up the side. So he's sitting in P3 at the moment, but does have one of our Angry Birds racing team of Rick Vigor hunting him down.
Yes, he is.
5 minutes left to go of our first heat here tonight for the simrigs.com mini-series.
Rick's livery is very vintage looking.
Yeah, the orange and the red. Yeah, I would say that,
very retro looking. I like it, and you know what? It really stands out. And when you want to, if you really want to stand out in this league, just go something simple like that. 2 colours and just change it around a bit. Wouldn't be like you to be near the sand dirt sinker. Thanks, Pricey. I'm missing you, buddy. Where you been, mate?
Keep those comments flowing in, guys.
Yeah.
Keep that chatter up with us. Talk between yourselves. If you want to see someone on screen, let me know.
Oh, there's a bit of a loose tail there going by
and
Schroeder.
Yeah, and Quayne is going to make use of that mistake. He's actually fighting back extremely well. Has the inside line.
Yep, but Schroeder's on the inside. It's a bit hard to get the foot down, but now he's on the outside. So, a bit of a tail waggle.
Quayne, yep. Schroeder had the tail. Quayne went just outside onto the grass then. We've got a really good battle here between Hardwick and John Gallen. Great to see so many battles across the field. Darren Crosby, I think, had a drive through or something because he did go through the pits, but he wasn't in the pits very long. Did come back out in P17. Oh! That Cam Hardwick just shoots across the grass there. Another Velocity SimLab driver. Great to see the Velocity team coming through tonight. Michael Schroeder now in the pits as well. Wayne though still on battle. Davis still, he's actually managed to pull away from Vigor, so I wonder if Vigor's had a little bit of a mistake somewhere in there. Oh, there was a lock-up just in front of him. The car disappeared.
It's always the case, isn't it?
Crosby now. Inside, outside of Kennedy. No. Sorry. Got confused because they have the same livery. Crosby and Kennedy, both from the M1 racing team. So Crosby has just made the move around Gallen. Mark Horton, here's a Hugh, and Hamish Munro now having a solid battle. A lot of people just through the pits.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 20-minute. I didn't expect people to go through the pits.
No, not at all. All boys having a great drive. Absolutely killing it. Didn't expect anything less. As him and his teammate took out P1 and P2 in the Pro Division for Season 3. Oh, another car gone wide. That's Hamish. Hamish has gone wide.
The Phillip Island soon cuts out the pretenders, mate.
Keegan Caldwell in the Jim's mowing car. God, I have a lot of things to click nowadays. Let's get on board with Keegan.
Yeah, I know.
One of our newer drivers of the season. Oh, thanks. I just had Jace Douglas PM me on Discord, sending me the track map of what the corners are called. So appreciate it, Jace.
Yeah,
This is
look,
why
Jace, it's not one of those nights, mate. I'm not with it tonight. That's for sure.
I need to learn track. I do need to learn corners. That is 100%.
I go through them before every race, and it still ends up shit.
A flying run there. A bit of a different shot. You can see Keaton Caldwell uses VR. So again, huge shout out to Warren Brown Tools for our cockpit cam.
Geez, I noticed they did post it today, and they're loving the cockpit cam.
Well, we got told that the stocks, the market share on cameras, especially web cameras, has just skyrocketed now. SRW has this awesome cockpit cam of our drivers. Guys,
Everyone wants their 5 minutes of fame, mate.
That is the bloody checkered flag. That happened extremely fast. Oh, no way. No, white flag. Sorry, white flag. Some reason,
White flag, mate, white flag.
Yeah, sorry, I saw Barney doing his job, waving his flag. Somehow, though, War Boys has had to go into the pits as well.
Is it a fuel strategy that's stuffing these boys up? What is it?
I don't know, mate, but I didn't expect to see any pits in the first 20 minutes. So this will be the final lap as Rick Vigor cruises around. And at this moment, oh, there's a spin in the background with Caldwell. We should have stayed on board with him to see his facial reaction. Jamie Davis and Braden Sagassa now are going to battle it out for those final 2 spots on the podium. The next battle behind is Jake Jackson and Michael Schroeder. Oh my God, if this is what it's going to be like the whole season, I'm going to have to get some lozenges. What a crazy first 20 minutes. How sick is the cockpit cam? Thank you, Pricey. I did work my ass off to get that up and running and work out how to use it really, really quickly. As I get better with using the camera production, we will be adding more drivers to it. We had some feedback in one of our YouTube chats that they want to see more onboards. Jump on board with Rick Vigor. Oh, Sagassa! Sagassa will take the first heat at the last corner there on Vigor. War Boys down to the line with Jamie Davis. Will actually get himself on the podium for a P3. What just happened in that last corner? Sagassa jumped Vigor on the line to take P1, Vigor in P2. War Boys shot through Jamie Davis and just took the win on the line to get into P3. What a crazy finish here for our first heat. Oh my Lord. If you guys have not hit that like button yet, you need to do it now before we head on into our feature race. It is going to be 40 minutes of Phillip Island madness with 34 drivers out on track. And I've already nearly lost my voice.
Sorry, mate. I'm laughing because I'm trying to do something here and I'm listening to you battle, mate.
Mate, look, I've been trying to increase my vocabulary and stop using the one-liner calls, which everybody in Discord loves. I feel like I'm going to get a nickname for it because I'm really good at those one-liners, but We gotta pump it up. I just want to say a huge shout out to all the drivers: Hamish, Joe Marnie, Keegan Caldwell, and Blake Warboys for jumping in on board for the Warren and Brown Tools cockpit cam. It's funny because I don't know if they remember that I can still see their cams, but I see Hamish having a bit of a joke.
Can you see what cam isn't working?
I haven't been. It's still vertical. It's not horizontal, mate. I don't know what's going on.
I think I might need to take it through OBS.
We got to get you a decent camera.
No, I've got a sensational camera, but it's just not doing what it's supposed to.
No, it's not. It's not. Brad's just dropped in. A few boys not used to the fuel rule. All right, so because of the fuel cap, as we are running it like a league, there is fuel caps. We do limit things to make it a bit easier. So great to see drivers out there giving it a go, though, and coming on board and seeing what SRW has to offer, including our broadcast. It's not just the awesome racing. It is also our broadcast that we put on 5 nights a week. So there it is, Heat 1 results. Braden Sagassa at the line. 19MX Raps will take the Heat 1 result. Rit Vigor for Angry Birds Racing will take P2. Blake Warboys just at the line over Jamie Davis. Dylan DeBono for Velocity Sim Lab in P5, sorry. Oh, excuse me.
Excuse me.
I'm getting heartburn from friggin' being so excited. I keep burping. It's shocking.
Stay away from your wife, mate.
She's gone out. She's
gone out?
Yeah, she put the little one to bed, so... Anyway, DeBono, Velocity Sim Sport in P5. Darren Crosby and Stephen Kennedy for the M1 racing crew from up here in Queensland, from my hometown. They only live about 15 minutes from me, so let's go the Queenslanders. Hey, we're going to run another State of Origin racing, Steve. I think we need to do it.
We've been talking about it for a long time. It's been on the list for a long time, so it's something that we definitely need to do. We've been talking about it, and we talk too much about it.
Oh, that's not Steve. Look, that's Keegan. Hey, Keegan. Look, it says Stephen, but it's not. That's Keegan. How you doing, mate? Hope you're having a good night. Give us a wave, Keegan. There we go. Good to see you.
Is at least my green screen in the right place?
Yeah, do you want me? Here, look, ready? I'll put you on screen. Hang on, let me, ready? This is what Steve's camera's doing.
Oh, look at me! Woo.
I'm going to bring you...
Why can't you flip it? What's going on?
I can't flip it. It's on your end, you flipper.
I can't do anything about it, mate.
Hey, Barbs, if you had a look at what Joe did with his... Here, I'll quickly throw Joe up if you're watching, Barb. Look what Joe did with his. I actually really like what he did. I actually like what they've all done because it's great to see them. But you can see what Joe's done here. He actually has his face cam set up in there, as well as... I need to bring that above the overlay for a second. So you can see he's got his face cam and his steering wheel. So it'd be awesome to see some of you drivers experiment with your cameras. Throw some pedal cams up there. Do what you want to do to help show off your driving skills, because that is what this is for. And now he's gone. Why'd you go for, Joe? And Hamish is dipped as well. All right, let's get Mr. Warboys up there as well.
Oh no, I had it working and it just turned itself off.
Hey Blake, give us a wave to the camera, mate, if you're watching. That's not Steven Sinkovic. I will work out a way to get their names to appear down the bottom, but this is our intro scene, so there's a lot of things we want to play with and make this broadcast more interactive, so definitely want to have it showing the names. But that is Blake Warboys for WKMP Sim Sports. So thanks for all the boys for getting on board and showing off their rigs and their driving skills tonight. I am Nathan ShiBBy Howard. If you guys feel like following some weird Aussie dude that is a hot dad, at T1AO ShiBBy down on Instagram. I also stream on Twitch at the same handle. I'm a part of an awesome stream team called Pink and Purple, so check us out on Twitch. We have a bunch of fun over there as well. I do a bit of sim racing, not too much, but occasionally we jump on board and do some Forza racing with the PXP crew. We get about 6 of us and go hooning around, have a bit of fun. I also do very R18 streams with some weird and wonderful games. So if you want to check me out, T1A or ShiBBy, you don't have to, but appreciate it if you did. And of course, we want to shout out the drivers. So that's another thing. I'd love to get their handles up on screen as well, so you can go check them out. I know Blake Warboys himself does stream over on Facebook. I believe it is actually at WKNP Sim Sports. So you can check him out over there. And of course, a bunch of our drivers have teams that they all have Facebook pages as well. So also, all our sponsors are in the description below. Huge shout out to simrings.com, of course, Racecraft Simulations, Warren and Brown Tools, Rare Spares, Grim Industries, home of the V8 coffee table, Tempting Sweets. Have I missed anyone, Steve?
Not listening.
Look, all their information is in the description below. We have a few promo codes with a few of them, so go check them out, what they can do for you. Help support the stream a ton. The other thing that really helps support this stream is hitting that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, because at 1,000 followers, we are going to be giving away a sim. I can't wait to get you up on the camera, Steve, but we'll get there. Yes, so we will be giving away. We will be giving away, thanks to Racecraft Simulations, this awesome rig and seat at the value of $1,840 retail when we hit that 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So help us get there. When that happens, you all go in a lucky draw. And then some
All right, ShiBBy.
person.
ShiBBy, it's time, mate. It's time.
Are you sure?
It's time. It's time for everyone to enjoy the beauty that is Steve Sinkovic.
Oh my gosh. No, you're still not there,
And-
mate. You're still not there.
And
You're still
and-
sideways.
no, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Look.
No, I'm not, man.
Look. You're
What the fuck?
Is it past PG time?
Yeah, it's past PG time. You know what's going to happen
Scotty
now?
Van Loon has dropped in and said, "What am I missing?" Not much, mate, because Stephen hasn't been on. Oh, look.
There he is.
Mate, we can work with that, because the green screen sort of cuts it out anyway, so...
I don't know what's going on there, but
I don't
I'm
know.
not happy.
Mate, it worked really well on Tuesday night, so, and I've still got to try and colour match the red out of my
What
face.
did we do on Tuesday night then?
I don't know, mate. You have to set it up at
I
your
know
end.
what we did Tuesday night.
Mate, you set
Yeah,
up
I
your end,
remember.
and I just green screen you out on my end. So, what are you missing, Scotty Van Loon, mate? An awesome mini series that we're running. There is 34 drivers out here tonight at Phillip Island. We just had a phenomenal 20-minute race, and we're going into a 40-minute feature soon. Oh, mate, and Sons Motorsports.
Is that better, Shib?
I don't know, you're not on screen again. Oh, wait, I've got to do that on my end.
Yeah.
No, you're not there. I don't see a camera of yours in the producer's deck, so...
I'm not happy.
You mean, what is this round? Scotty, you need to follow the Discord, mate. This is a mini-series that we're running in the off-break every Thursday night, mate. First in, best dressed. It is a hosted session. The
Man, Lou, you
password.
need to get your shit together, man. Seriously. How many races are you going to miss? How many races did he miss last season? He missed a few, didn't he?
I don't know, mate, but look, I'm just glad he's in there in the chat, helping push it out to more people to come and check out our broadcasts.
Yeah, he does do that a lot, man. I'll give you that, Scotty. Scotty does push our streams out whenever he does. Even if he doesn't make the race, he puts the effort in. So thanks for that, mate.
Well, let's get on board one of the race controls. I love watching them make mistakes.
Spin. Spin,
Yeah,
spin,
yeah,
spin.
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 We're going to get a spin. Hey. Oh, Fritzy pulled in. Are you kidding me? Oh, no, there we go.
That's why.
There we go.
He shat himself.
Guys, don't go anywhere. Don't leave this broadcast. And if you do, make sure you come back in the next 1 minute, because the grid will be going live for our 40-minute feature race. And if it's anything like what the 20-minute was, it is going to be an absolute showstopper. Thanks so much, Scotty Van Loon. I know a few of you guys that came across from Vets has been help trying to get some more of the Vets drivers across, mate. So we absolutely appreciate it. And now all you guys can finally see what ShiBBy and Steve look like. I have this glorious beard. It's not as oiled as it was on Tuesday. I should have put more in. I'm feeling a little upset about it, actually.
You're a funny man.
You know what? I actually should put my Mustang jacket on as well. I've got the Cam Waters V8 Supercars hat on as well. Should probably put my Mustang jacket on, although it doesn't match the SRW colors. You got your camera in yet? No.
It's doing a few really, really weird things, mate. So I'm actually going to go through
Steve's invisible
through OBS Virtual Cam.
Yeah, try that, mate. Steve's invisible tonight. It doesn't matter because we are going to go to the grid because warm-up is finished. It will be 40 minutes around Phillip Island. What? I've got way more weight on me than Tom Hanks did in that movie. Wow, that was a solid jump by Fritzy. And it's just because my beard's messy. Get out of here, Pricey. Don't make me come fight you. All right, we are getting my camera off. You don't need to see my ugly face anymore. The grid will go up. ShiBBy needs to now focus because there is going to be a lot happening.
There's going to be a hell for leather out there. The people out there, if you wanted to know, I'm not sure if this is right. Michael Struder in first place, is that right?
Yes, that is correct, mate.
Okay.
Yep.
So Michael Struder in first place, John Gallen in second. Second row, Caleb Ballack with Stephen Kennedy. Third row, Darren Crosby with Dylan DeBono. Fourth row, Jamie Davis with Blake Warboys. Fifth, Rick Viggers with Braden Sagassa. Sixth, Michael Quinn with Jake Jackson. Followed by seventh, Doug Gowans with Joe Monies. Troy Sipple with Chris Barrage. Cam Hardwick, Andrew Cowan, Blake Gallen, Mark Horton, Josh D. King, Mick Clifton, Scotty Perrin, and Tyler Sheaf.
Oh, yeah, I've got to click next.
Yeah, next. And rounding it off with Scotty Perrin, Tyler Sheaf. We just said that. Kevin Kingwell, Greg Lee.
We gotta go. The race is going live. Oh, and no, Schroeder's had a shocker race.
Bogged it down all the way. He's lost about 6 places there. Look at this queue going through. My God, it's like too wide going through every part of this track.
Oh, someone went flying off the track then. Absolutely
I didn't see it.
Speed off the track. It was Keegan Caldwell.
Keegan Caldwell.
First completely. Massive spear off track. We will get back to the action though. Unlucky Keegan.
Caleb Ballack, I've seen Caleb a lot in our Discord, having a bit of a tight braking there. He's managed to hold it, thank God for that. And DeBono is squeezing in behind him with a bit of love given across that body panel. On the inside, DeBono, is he going to be able to hold it and keep Caleb out? And he has done nicely. Bit of tail waggling going from all 4 of the 4 guys in front. Oh, look at this. Oh. Gotta love this track and watch these V8s go around. It is sensational. M1 boys, MX. What you're looking at there right now is Darren Crosby. He's the current AMS champion from Tuesday night.
Big move by Sagassa down the inside of Crosby there as well. Really clean, great racing there from the 1.9 MXT. But Darren Crosby is definitely not going to give that spot away easy. We're now with War
Boys hunting them down. I think he needs a shark fin on top of his car. Here he goes. He's going to catch him. Oh, there was a call there, 095. Is he going to take him on the inside? No. Darren has not given him room to take him on the inside there. He's made sure that he has to go out wide to get around him. He's taken the standard line through there. Getting on close to Brian Sagassa, which is about 0.3 of a second apart. Oh, Caleb, he's on the back of Dylan DeBono, and then it's back off. He's locked it up and gone wide. DeBono's held the inside line.
Talking about the wrong battle. That was War Boys and Gallen. Oh,
that was War Boys and Gallen.
He's going to go again. He is. He's just made 2 moves on that corner.
Yeah, I was talking about the fight just in front of him. The camera was on, which was our boy Dylan DeBono up front.
The camera was on War Boys. we could see Dylan in front of them from... Oh, Warboys is going
Correct.
again.
He's going again. Yes, correct. I was watching what...
Angry Bird's car across into the field. Managed to pull it
Oh,
up there.
he's kept it. He's kept it back on track. Yeah, I was watching ahead of the race of what Warboy's car was projecting. Oh, drive through 4. Didn't hear who was it for, but it was lap 1, turn 11. I'm sure it'll pop up on the screen in a minute. 814 has just called something in. Lap 2, turn 11.
Reverse top 10's really put on. No, was this reverse top 20? No, it was top 10. It was a top 10 reverse. On the nose cam with Braden Sagasa of the 19MX Raps team. Clayton Warboys just in front, battling it out with De Bono for Velocity Sim Labs. This is going to be a cracking battle. De Bono is no slouch. Oh, just a little heavy on the brakes. Will put him off into the grass. That gives Sagasa and Crosby a great run now. Now it's up to Caleb Balak to hold off the man that is Warboys. Go Cowie, Drew Cowan. My internet has gone kaput. And we are back. Sorry about that little stutter in the stream there. Solid driving from everyone out here tonight. Warboys still pounding the back of Caleb. Look at that Commodore on the back of that. He needs to change that. Here he goes. Warboys in the better car. Down the inside with that draft assistance. Really nice run. Going to have to pull it up a little bit just to slow it down to keep that car on track. Tucks back into the inside lane. Use that really nicely around Caleb. Bumped my camera.
He's doing really well. He's there's someone who's actually out there fighting it out. He's actually just in that last lap set the fastest lap as well.
Yeah, Warboys. We saw it all season. Josh King. Down here, Auto Serve Racing, making a move there on Mick Clifton. Really made that look quite easily. Doug Grandpa Gowans fighting it out with another Grandpa. Our good friend, Greggy Leak.
Grandpa Leak.
I should start a Grandpa team.
Grandpa team?
TGR, Team Grandpa Racing. Oh, Mark Houghton. Oh, my gosh. Mark Houghton, Andrew Cowan, Rick Figger, all in a very tight battle here. Cowan just getting the move done.
J-Mac is having a laugh at us, mate. Saying pro stream, LOL. Come on, mate. Even we need a night where things go to hell. Well, not for ShiBBy, but for me they do.
Hey, J-Mac, you should have heard me stressing at Steve as the countdown was on, trying to get his camera running.
Yeah, it was. It's still struggling now, mate. I've got it running, but it's clipping. It's doing all sorts of shit. I don't know what's
going on, mate. Schroeder, Quain, Mahoney is now on the back of them. Marty, or as I call him, Mahoney.
Marty, Sergeant Mahoney is on the back of them.
He could really use this to his advantage.
Oh, is he gonna hold it out wide? He hasn't.
Oh, a bit of contact there between Quain and Schroeder. Quain is going to drop back now. Marty now on the outside.
Marty's making it. He's got out too wide. Oh, he's got Quain right on the back of him and past him as well. He went a bit too deep on that one. It's Mr. Pecky's order. Mr. Troy Sipples in the back there. The current amateur. Oh, Troy Sipple is our current third place in our amateurs title championships.
Stephen Varga, if you want to sign up to SRW, mate, www.simracingworld.com.au. Register as a driver, use your email address. We will then email you out a Discord link. Come and get involved. these are a mini series of hosted races. So this is just a hosted session SRW are putting on for the drivers. As we see Crosby down the inside, he won't get the run. Will tuck in behind.
No, he won't.
Right on the
Caleb
back
Ballack
of him.
Caleb Ballack is one of those guys that's always in our YouTube chat talking to us, mate. It's good to see him out on track for a change, and he's got a bit of skill, this boy. Yeah, this is just a fun night out, Mr. Varga. This is just a fun night out we put on for the boys between seasons.
Caleb just locked up the brakes. Crosby is going to get down the inside. They're going to go side by side into this turn. Unfortunately, Crosby is going to be on the outside. He's going to have to tuck back in behind Bailick. It's going to have
This
to
fight
be a
is-
draft here.
Yeah, this fight is not over. Crosby's just going to get him. If I know Crosby, he's going to get as close as possible as he can to the final corner and get him on the straight.
Leakey went around, started falling through the field, has dropped down into P22. Mr. Grandpa Gowans has had an off track as well and has now dropped into P17.
Lap 6, 888 is just called into race control. Is that Mr. Leak?
Scotty Cairns has just called something in.
Yep, something in for the last lap. Race control has just notified that he is looking at it.
Dylan DeBono now on the back of Darren Crosby. Dylan looking for that move down at the inside. Very
Nice
fast
move by
forward.
Dylan. Beautiful move there. That was smooth and clean. He got some great pace coming down that straight and into that corner. And Caleb has got himself in front of Brian Sagassa through that final corner as well. And Sagassa's not letting it go. He's ducked in on the inside of him, trying to get track position. And Dylan's going to take advantage of this. 3 wide here. Caleb's locked it up, gone left. Dylan's come on the inside. Looks like Dylan might have... Yeah, Dylan might have Brian here on the inside again. He's got the pace for that corner. This could put DeBono in second place outright. And it has. Crosby's taken advantage of that fight as well. Look at the tire wiggle from Sagassa there. And Crosby's taken it on the outside. Hopefully he'll be able to maintain it coming through. He's going to have overpass. Dylan DeBono, where position he is, he's going to slow one of them down. Crosby is not giving up any face of that track at all. Oh, look at this, and there's a 4th guy coming into it as well. You've got Gullen coming into this action as well. 4 wides, a bit of contact, and around goes Dylan DeBono, and it's made Crosby hang out there as well. Crosby is going to let him readdress. He's readdressing because he knows he made contact there. That's what we call sportsmanship out there, and it's put them both down from 2nd and 3rd down to 11th and 12th.
All right. Okay. For some reason, thanks for joining us, Aiden, and letting me know that. I don't know how someone else hasn't let me know that. For some reason, my mic threshold had been adjusted. And you're not wrong, my mic was at a different level to Steve's. Oh, DeBono's off the track.
Look at that. Unfortunate there. He just outbraked himself and got offline.
Yeah, so cheers for that, Aiden. Yeah,
Thanks, Schultzy.
champion.
Pricey, I thought she fell asleep. No, that was last Sunday, mate. Here we go again. The boys are 2x2 again through that corner. This young Jamie Davis is a skilled driver, mate. Mr. Captain Mahoney has got himself into 4th place now with all the rustle and tussle and bustle that's been going on. He's quietly moved himself across. Rick Viggers is also up there in 8th position. The top 8 cars are in a really tough battle.
Yeah, it's been a really good one with the top. What is that? For some reason, my mic is having issues. Hello?
I can hear you, but that's okay.
It's not coming through the broadcast. I don't know what's going on.
Stacey Boyd, good morning from New York, and a good morning to you too, Stacey. Please like and subscribe and get all your friends in New York City to watch us. How good would it be? V8 Supercars in New York City.
Coming live to you from Australia, the sim racing world.
Yeah, that'll be crazy.
Oh, Jamie Davis off the track there. Was having a really good run.
What's wrong, buddy? What have you lost now?
No,
You're good?
my mic's threshold keeps.
Just unplug and replug. Oh, here we go. I'll get back onto the race while you're trying to work that out because I just phased out then as well. But we've got Jamie Davis, which we're on at the moment, and he's following a 3-pack of Rick Viggers, Troy Sipple, and Schrouder.
Oh, and then there goes the street.
Bit of a sniff in there behind Schroeder. He's taken the inside line, but Schroeder's shut that door very quickly. It's brought Rick Viggers and Jamie Davis right on the back of them. Now Davis has got a bit of a sniff on Rick Vigger. This is going to end up being a 4-way battle down the main straight when they get down to the southern loop. Thank you to Jason Douglas in the map.
Did he send it to you as well?
He knew I was unprepared tonight. I usually have the map in front of me. Oh, look at this. Money. Captain Money is diving in on the inside. Who's that? He's got a Jonathan Gallant. Is he going to be able to make it stick? He's got the outside line, bit of momentum going through. Looks like he's have to back off a little bit so he doesn't kiss him too hard. This next corner will be a position where Joe will try to get, what do you reckon? I reckon Joe will go for the inside line.
He's going to have to make some sort of move.
And he has done the inside line under brakes and he's held it. Well done pass. Whew. I predicted that one. That was a fluke. Now his next target is Caleb, and he's going to get some momentum out of this corner. We're at lap 10, so the boys' tyres are still hanging on for dear life at this point. We saw them pit, what, at lap 19 before?
Yeah, it'll be within 18, 22 minutes, I think, going from our Phillip Island race in the league sessions.
Yeah, it looks like Mr. Captain Mahoney is smelling blood here, and he's hunting down Caleb Ballack like crazy here. They're gapping a little bit on Gallen, but not a hell of a lot. But Warboys is off in his own little world, mate. He's 15 seconds ahead. Look at this go. Here goes Joe Money. Oh, he's going to stick it on the inside here, and he'll get a run on the outside. Will he be able to keep momentum around this corner without losing the rear end? That's a question. This is a tidy little fight here.
Okay, I don't know what's happening. Is that better for the stream? Nothing has changed. I think I'm really worried my Go XLR is actually dying.
It might just be a cable issue, mate. Oh, look at Money. He's really creeping up on the back of Caleb now. Putting the pressure on. Caleb must be feeling the heat on the back of his neck. But Gallen's actually caught them up as well, so he's going to make a 3-way battle. If one of these boys makes a mistake, Gallen's in a perfect position to take back those positions he lost. Here we go. Marnie made the pass on the inside. Oh, it wasn't this corner. It was the corner we just passed. Let's see how he goes. The momentum out of this corner is a real tough one, man, because you've got to slow down and get the car turning into that tight little... If you stay out wide, it's off camber. You stay inside tight, it's a little bit on camber. Oh, Marnie's gone off.
You go in the pits?
Or is that Viggers? No, it's Viggers. It's Viggers, isn't it? It looks like it's Rick Viggers that went off, sorry. I thought that was Marnie then.
All right, the
Crosby's working his way back up. Crosby is coming up to James Schroeder. And Sipple has fallen off the back of that 3-pack. Here we go. The boys are Crosby. Oh, what was that? Bit of backfire. Crosby's right on the back of Jamie Davis now, and it looks like he's going to try to get the inside line of this next corner. No, not quite yet. Simon Holmes goes, might have to shave the beard, Shibby, then you won't sound like a muffled fart. Here we go. Crosby's on the inside, coming down to the tight right-hander. He's staying on the outside, I should say, and he hasn't kept the momentum. He's had to back off a little bit because he was going too wide, but the boys are still battling along like crazy. That brings us into a pit run for Michael Quain, I think that was in. No, Michael Schroeder went in for the pit run. It opens up the door for Crosby on the back of Davis now. So Schroeder's the first one into the pits on lap 13. And they boys will start to follow as they come through. Maybe he's going for a bit of under. Michael Clifton, Mick Clifton has gone in as well. Horton, Tyler Sheaf is out. Dylan DeBono is out. Scotty Perrott is out. So a heap of the boys have gone into the pits and out. And let's see what this does to the natural order of things on track. Up front, Mahoney and Davis is doing really well. Blake Warboys, mate, he's just like, that's 17 seconds. He's pretty much he must be getting close to a second a lap at this point.
I'm oiling the beard. Yes, I'm definitely oiling the beard. I don't know what's going on, but I think my Go XLR is actually dying.
Oh, mate. That's not a good thing at all. Blake Warboys has just entered the pits. He's got a 17-second buffer. You'd be interested to see where he comes out in this field. I'm predicting he's going to come out just behind Crosby. That'll bring him out in about 22 to 25 seconds, somewhere around there. So, it's not going to happen because Crosby's entered the pits as well. So all the boys that were behind him have made their way in as well, all the way down to Rick Vigor. Jamie Davis is stayed out, so he's out in the lead. Out of the pits comes Blake Warboys, and he is on track and out into third place. So his 17 seconds that he had lead has still left him out in third place. But Jamie Davis, who was in 5th or 6th, has just leaped in front of him. But Jamie's got out the pit, but he's got a 7-second gap on Andrew Cowan. Looking good. Anyone over there? He saw his beard slipped over in the bathroom. Anyone out there that wants to see any particular drivers drive or they're supporting a particular team, let us know. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers sometime in the near future, hopefully during season 4, so we can celebrate and go nuts. So Jamie Davis is now leading up front. He's actually broken it out and taken up a bit more of the time out of Cowan and put him down to 8.4 seconds. He was 7.4 not too long ago. He's right inside of his car. Jamie's car has got a little bit of paint missing, so he's rubbed himself up somewhere. He's taken into the pits, and let's see what brings us back. He's the last one to pit out of the group, and we'll see where he comes out through that. Chris Bruges, M1 driver, who is actually entered for the AMS competition for season 4, is having a nice little battle there with who is it? Michael Quain.
Yeah,
yes.
This is Michael Quain and Chris Burridge from M1 Racing. So old mate and sons, Michael Quain and Chris Burridge.
Yeah, they're having a great old little battle there. Not as intimate as some of the others that we've seen. Here we go. There's been a Jamie Davis' pit. He's come out of the pit. He's exiting. Now he's dropped. He had a 7-second lead at the very top. He's dropped all the way down to 11th, even though he had a 7-second lead into the pits. Blake Warboys is got Brian Sagassa on the back of him, and Brian is nearly 10 seconds behind him. So Blake had lost about 7 seconds in that pit run, but once his tyres get the speed, he'll just rip that open again.
Yeah, the guys that have had practice within the league and the way the pit stop strategies works is definitely going to play out for them really, really well tonight.
Yeah. ShiBBy, have you tried different points of your mic to see if it's gone to the wrong setting, maybe?
Nothing's changed. The Go XLR is dying. It's just slowly reducing my volume as it goes on.
Okay. Well, we'll at some point we'll hear you screaming like a gazelle.
No, you won't hear anything. All the stream sound will die. Everything. It'll just stop.
So you won't even hear me?
No, because everything's run through the Go XLR.
Oh, your Go XLR's dying.
Yeah, the sound, deck on my
Soundboard.
Yep, I think it's starting to die.
The soundboard's dying. Oh no. Well, if there is a complete silence, just pretend that we are still talking to you in Auslan,
Yes.
and doing sign language. Yeah, doing a bit of sign language. We'll be pulling out our hair and jumping up and down in the background, going, oh my God, because that's probably the easiest thing to lip read. And they've got Schroeder taking the inside line here on Troy Sipple. Troy Sipple's got himself back up into the pointy end, but is he going to make this stick? This Schroeder character's not bad at all, is he? Nice and clean around the outside. Yep. Troy has kept his position. He hasn't given it up just yet, but he is in a Accelerate Sim Racing sandwich at the moment. He has got Mark Horton and Michael Schroeder in the front and back of him, and then followed behind them is Crosby's coming up again, and Rick Vigor. Rick had that off track earlier on, so he's made his way back up into the top 10. The boys down the back of the pack are still battling it out, still having a bit of fun. You've got Michael Quain and Andrew Cowan having a bit of a tussle. Then you've got behind that Vigor and Crosby. And then from there on, Schroeder and Sipple, followed by a really tight battle by Caleb and Joe Mahoney. They're still at it. They've been at it since the first lap, those two boys. They've been constantly at each other, even after the pits. Marnie's actually pulled out a 1:30.10. So 3 tenths faster than all those guys go, oh, Darren Crosby's come up with a 29.74 and Rick Vigor a 29.691 in the last lap. So those two boys there, if they're smart, they'll tag team together and try to catch the rest of these guys. Schroeder and Troy Sipple are having a keen old battle here. It'll be this next corner to see who's going to be able to outbrake who. I'm tipping that Schroeder's going to... No, he's going outside. I was going to say go inside. He's going to try the bit of the over-under. It's not really working for him, but Sipple has got a run onto Mark Horton out of that corner beautifully. A little bit of a tail waggle, a bit of contact there where Horton's lost it a bit, and it's put Schroeder right on beside Sipple, and looks like they're side by side fighting for this corner. Sipple is not giving up the corner in no way at all, and they're going to go 2 by 2 into Siberia and down into Honda corner. And well done by Troy Sipple, who maintains that position. But what has happened now is that Darren Crosby and Rick Vigor, who have been lapping at about 7 tenths faster than these boys, have finally caught up. Crosby is passing out across there. Davis has just gone. Michael Schroeder has just gone to the pits. This is Crosby's opportunity to get right on the back of Troy Sipple, and he's made up a lot of lost time very, very quickly here. He's lapping at the moment just over 2 seconds a lap, 2 tenths a lap quicker. Look at these three here go. Whoa, nose to tail like crazy. You've got Cowan, followed by Joshua King, Michael Quain. These three are tied as. Who are they catching up in the back there? Chris Burge.
Chris Barrage.
Yes, Chris Barrage. That's French, isn't it? Barouge. Would be probably Barouge.
I'm actually wondering if it's my voice that I'm losing and it's not my microphone now.
Mate, it's definitely your microphone, because your audio coming from my end is a lot softer. Oh, a bit of stone being flicked up. See what I mean about iRacing? fixing up with Cameron's there. The stone flicking up's coming up awesome. That's what I had hit me in the face the other day in VR. Ooh, a bit of a Constantina effect there. Crosby nearly ran in the back of Troy Simple then. He's got a bit of pace on these boys, so he's going to try to get momentum through this corner. Oh, here we go. That's another pit entry by Mark Horton. I think that Troy Sipple's going to have a hard time keeping Crosby behind him down the bottom of this southern loop. They're at Doohan's corner now, and he's already showing his nose as he comes down to the first part of the southern loop, and Crosby is tight as a moccasin on him here. I'm tipping that Crosby's going to take the inside line and try to get him on the inside, but Sipple, hopefully if he's smart enough, he'll take the inside line and block it off. He has. Yeah, Crosby's way too far there to make it work, but he did take the inside line. Oh, he's got up beside him a bit. Not as much as he probably would have preferred. Not enough to give Sipple anything to worry about. Sipple's maintained his line and got through that corner nicely. Rick Vigor, though, he's jumped right on the back of Darren Crosby then. Giving Crosby something to think about too. So Crosby's now got two things he's got to look at front and back to see what's going on. Jamie Davis is already making progress on the back of Rick Vigors. He's at 1.7 seconds, so it won't be too long before he catches up there. Caleb and Joe Marnie are still fighting it out for second place up front there. ShiBBy, can you get the iRacing options off the screen so they can see it, the racing? Can you hear me? Oh, you my back? Can you guys hear me now? Oh, both mics are back. You little beauty. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Oh, I'm showing my age now. For those of you who know who Welcome Back Connor is, let me know. I'll send you a gift. Okay, we are back on track, people. Sorry for the slight delay of our sound. Our soundboard decided it would die on us, but ShiBBy has managed to get something going to get us through for the rest of the race. So we are at lap 23 of 35, and currently we have Blake Warboys extending his lead to 21.6 seconds on the back of Joe Marty's. Joe Marty has got pressure on him like crazy from Caleb Ballack. Them two have been fighting it out all night from the get-go of this feature race. Behind them we've got a 3.6 second gap from Jonathan Gallen and Crosby, who are fighting it out. If ShiBBy can change the screen to time gaps from instead of distances, will be even better. And we've got Sagasa, Cowan, Michael. These guys are all pitting and in and out. So we predicted the strategy of the second pit to be around the 23rd lap, 24th lap, and it is happening across the back of the field, if my SDK is telling me the right thing. Will Munro Bazaar, no sound on the TV, but have it on YouTube on my phone. Wow, there you go. I can't explain that, mate. I'm really sorry. I can't explain that at all. Is Blake the only Aussie with Jinx Shifter? I do not know. There's probably a few more boys out there. I know that some of our guys in the Pro Series use a Jinx Shifter. Here we've got on the outside Cowan and Sagasa fighting it over. Actually, it's not much of a fight. Cowan just let that go through. Sagasa's got probably just a little bit more pace than Cowan at this part of the night. Crosby's sitting in third now. Way to go. Oh, fourth. Christ almighty, I hope STK's going to go on us next. We're not having a good night. Crosby's in fourth place. Jack Gallen in third. Jonathan Gallen in third. Rick Vickers has got himself in a really good position. He had an off track early in the race and has managed to fight his way back to a good position, but he has just lost that position to Jamie Davis on the inside of that corner, which was a great little move. And I'm not sure if Rick Vigor expected that as much as I expected it. That was nice and clean. Hamish Munro still out there. Good on you, Hamish. Sitting at 8-8, that's not bad, sitting out of 35 cars. 35 cars on track at the moment. The timing table is only showing the first 24. And there you got at the very back there, 24, Mr. Leak, who is one of our longest serving drivers in this series of racing that we do with SRW. Whoa, Blake Warboys is gone into the... Is he pitted just then, ShiBBy, or am I just seeing something? Out and out. Caleb's just pitting, he's coming out. Yep. So we're sitting at 23, 2.3 kilometres this thing's at. This thing's still showing kilometres at the moment, so once ShiBBy gets back on board, we'll change that to a time delay between drivers. But Blake Warboys is showing how good a driver he is out there. He is so clean and so smooth. And he does like Philippine from what I heard the other night. He set a distance, that's the actual gap. Caleb is that far behind him at the moment. So Warboy's got to have a nice little spin at any point he wanted to, and he'd still be able to catch it up. His best lap at this point is a 128.822, and his last is a 130.44. So it's, by the sounds of that car, he's doing a fair bit of savings. But here we go, Cowan and Sagasa and Joe Marnie, with Michael Quinn just having a bit of a sniff. Notice Joe Marnie having a sniff on the inside. Will he be able to maintain the pace coming through? Looks like he has taken Sagasa. Now he's tucking in on the outside of Cowan, and hopefully he can get across Cowan and make it stick through here. I shouldn't say hopefully. It doesn't really matter to me if they pass or not, as long as it puts on a good show. Marnie is really letting him know he's there, but Sagasa's not finished either. If Marnie makes the slightest mistake, Sagasa's going to dive in on the inside of him. So he's got to be careful which way he tries to bluff Cowan to get him through. And Sagasa's trying to get some overlap through the corner, but not quite there. This is giving Michael Quain an opportunity to get on the back of these boys as well. So we've got 4 cars with a couple of tenths behind each other. Sagasa's got side by side. He's got an excellent exit out of that corner. Marnie's is not letting this go. There's a bit of touch, but these boys are going to fight it all the way through till they get to the bottom of Doohan's corner. And they're coming up to it now. Whoa, Cowan's had a bit of a tap there as well. So they're just about 3 wide. Oh, Marnie's going to take him on the outside. He's got it inside. Whoa, Cowan's done well to maintain it. No! Oh, Marnie's had too much pace going around that. And if you put the brakes on, he probably would have locked up. It was probably safer just to go a little bit wider. So Sagasa has maintained track position and putting the pressure onto Cowan. He has passed Cowan. And now... No, he hasn't passed Cowan. Cowan's just taken it back under brakes on the inside of that corner. Well done, Cowan. That was a great little job through Honda. But Sagasa's taken it back again. Jesus Christ. These guys are swapping better than dancing. They're all lean lap then. It looks like ShiBBy just told me that what happens is once they're a lapped car, they go into kilometres and metres. So it looks like SDK has decided that all lapped cars, apart from Jonathan Gallen. Yeah. At the moment, it looks like they're just on different lap cycles, so we'll see how we go. The main thing is that at the moment we've got War Boys up front, Jonathan Gallen in second and Jamie Davis in third. Rick Vigor has got himself all the way to fourth after that off he had at the beginning of the race. And Brian Sagasa and Andrew Cowan, Troy Sipple and Crosby are all got a fantastic... Oh, that's the bloody flag there. And Blake War Boys is the Phillip Island feature race winner as he comes across the track all on his lonesome. And this is the gap that we've got for Jonathan Gallen and Jamie Davies. They're fighting it out for second place. Gallen has got himself in a good position. Oh, Davies has got a bit of a wiggle coming out of there, so he's going to lose momentum. But what a way. Davis was actually about 8th or 9th not too long ago, so he's done really well. He's taken it out wide.
Oh, there's contact.
Oh, look at it.
There's contact, and Davis will go across the line in P2. Oh my God.
That happened.
Thank you for sticking with us, everybody out there in the broadcast. I've managed to save the sound and my Go XLR. Everything is back to normal, so thank you so much. And what a way to finish the race.
I just thought you were asleep as usual.
Yeah, as usual, yeah. I fell asleep on Monday in class, actually. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, you did tell me that. Oh, that was a great little finish at the end there. I'm not sure what happened exactly, but Davis at one point was sitting around 8th or 9th, and he's got himself all the way up to second on the podium. That is a great little bit of racing there. That was sensational. Loved it.
War Boys to give us a bloody rain. Our Phillip Island Mini Series champion is Blake Warboys from WK&P Sim Sports. Like, I need you to give us a wave. You are on camera right now, watching yourself the champion of our round 1 of the mini series. Spectacular
effort. War Boys is not afraid to come out for a spin on any race day. No problems at all. He's at an absolute ripper of a race. And you know what, people? This is just a fun night. This is not a full-on point series. This is just us putting on a hosted race for our drivers to come out for a spin, and we have had 35 guys on the grid having an absolute blast. So it's good to see the boys come out just for a bit of fun, and this will happen the next 3 Thursday nights. So people come in and watch. If you are an SRW driver, you can come and compete in this. It's best in, best dressed. There's 56 positions available, and tonight we filled 35 of them. So it's going to be a lot of fun. What's going on there with Jarmani and...
There's been a few cars I've been watching sort of running into people, so we'll see how race control deals with that, because I did see someone also run into Warboys. But Joe Marnie, you are on camera right now, mate. Give us a wave. Yeah, look, so he's watching the replay right now himself to see what happened there, but...
Yeah.
Might have been some bit of aggression taken out towards the end of the broadcast.
I hope not, because our even though it's a fun night out, our race control will be handing out penalties and infringements and stuff like that. If someone does go far and beyond what we expect as drivers and standards, they will be cautioned and maybe even removed from the next race. So it's up to the RCs to let them settle out things as they go through. But look, it looked like a lot of fun to me, even though we had our technical issues. My camera, your audio. Here's Hamish. We're giving us a wave, Hamish. Hamish races with gloves on. Good man. And a cap. And is he growing a goatee? I think he is growing a goatee. We can't hear you, Hamish. So if you think we can hear you, I'm sorry, we can't. We can see you, but we can't hear you. Oh, he's in Discord talking to someone, having a laugh. That's what he's doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's our feature race results. Blake Warboys in first position from WKMP Sim Sports. JD Davis, who is Privateer. John Gallen, Pacific Esport Racing. Rick Vigor, Angry Birds Racing. Caleb Belloc from Caleb Belloc Racing. Brian Sagassa from 19MX Raps Racing. Andrew Cowan in 7th place from Performance Sim Racing. Troy Sipple, Quantum Pickies Performance Racing. That's my brother's favourite team name. Quantum Pickies Performance Racing. Michael Schrader
as fast as you can.
Yeah. All right, ready? Quantum Pickies Performance Racing. It's not bad.
You gotta say it 3 times like a tongue twister.
Oh, no, man. My mouth is too dry.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
Michael Schrader from Accelerate Racing. Joe Marnie from Racing on Oz. Mark Horton from Accelerate Sim Racing. Darren Crosby, M1 Racing. Chris Barrage. We have to speak to Chris.
Barrage.
I want to know the exact...
It's Barrage.
It may be Barrage, yeah.
It is
because
Barrage.
Barrage sounds French. From M1 Racing, Doug, uncle or grandpa, wherever you are in his age cycle. Gowans, Velocity Simlag, Joshua D. King, Mick Clifton, Michael Quain from Old Mate and Son, Hamish Munro from Sim Rigs Infinity Motorsport, and Scotty Perrin from Quantum Pickies Performance, Cam Hardwick from Velocity Sim Labs. That is your top 20. I'm not going to read the top 30 because my voice is about to disappear.
Yeah, as well as my mic issues, my voice isn't coping very well either. That was a cracking 20-minute race, and the 40-minute feature was just as phenomenal. Thanks to everybody for sticking with us through some of those technical difficulties. My mic is still starting to die as I talk. It's still dying. You're going to have to finish this out, Steve.
Yeah, that's okay. That's not an issue at all. We've got a few boys in the lounge. Where are the boys in the green room? Green room? Anyone in the green room? No one's in the green room. No one wants to come see me. Everyone's too scared to talk to the big fat boy. Well, what we'll do? Oh, here goes Blake Warboys. We'll just go straight to the winner and forget about the rest. That's what I reckon. Mr. Warboys, how are you, buddy? Long time no speak.
Yeah, not too bad. How are you guys?
Yeah, not too bad. Well, we had a lot of issues tonight.
Yeah.
My camera wouldn't work tonight, so we couldn't get my green screen going. And then our sound board died, and we lost audio.
Yeah, the whole.
Like, I think at one point you were like 22 seconds ahead.
Yeah, the setup just seemed to be really good. It was on point. Even I think the car's been slightly tweaked again with the update, but still sort of just testing the waters with different setups. But
Yep.
yeah, felt pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. People on YouTube, is our sound okay now? Because they said it disappeared again. No, there it is again. All right, we're back here. So you did a bit of a tweak. The iRacing update, did it change much?
The rear of the car with the setup that we used at the start of the year, the rear of the car now feels a little bit loose. Whether that's just track temps or whatever, it's still something probably got to go back and experiment with.
Yeah.
But even with our pre-qual for Scops, the car feels a bit different, and we were only at Sandown last week, so
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be interesting to do a few more tests and see if what I'm feeling is actually right or if it's just in my head.
Yeah, it's. I don't know what they try to do sometimes with these updates in the cars themselves. It's obviously something. It'd be good if they told you why they did it and what they did, so you could either counteract it or try to work with it.
Yeah, because I think the one of the last bigger updates was the end of last year, and that really threw everyone like a spanner in the works for everyone. The tire model really hated the high flowing tracks, especially Phillip Island. So this felt a bit better, but just a bit loose in the rear, but more controlled. It was interesting.
So you'll be tweaking things because this is up for you. This is the enduro part of the season, yeah.
Yeah, so we've already done 2 Sandown 500s.
Yep.
And we'll do Scott's Sandown 500 this weekend with Josh Drage. And then, I think we've got 3 Bathurst 1000s lined up as well. So
we were going to do a Sandown 500 and a Bathurst 1000, but we just saw the volume of people doing it out there and thought, look, we don't want to be just another one of those races. So we are actually talking about doing the Nordschleider as a V8 Supercar endurance at the end of the season.
Oh, there's a lot of WKMP boys that love the Nordschleife. So,
I think it would be a WKMP and Fishy Motorsports fight to the bitter end.
Yeah, good fun.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about at the moment, and I'm hoping to do it because I've wanted to do a really proper enduro, not limitations of iRacing, but try to do it like you would do it in the real world. So so I'm looking forward to doing something with that. We'll keep you posted. But anyway, mate, I know it's an off night. It's not really a proper league night, but there's no reason why your sponsors and supporters can't get a shout out, is it?
Nah, I better give them a shout out. So the team WKMP Sim Sports, Wodonga Carts and Parts, Super Cheap Auto, Rebel Sports, BCF, Macpac, Tall Guys Adelaide, Varela Cabinets, Bay 21 Coffee Beans, LGC Images, and Dave 37 Racing. All their support.
Well done, mate. Well, good to see you up on the podium as usual and showing some of these young whippersnappers how it's done. And I'm sure you're coming back next Thursday as well, or it was just tonight, just a one-off because it was Phillip Island?
We'll see. Sort of jumping in and out with the boys. Yeah, we had young Blake sort of in as well, Gallon. In tonight, his sort of first run with me. So I think he's only been doing it for 6 months, so he'll only get quicker and quicker. So we'll see if he wants to do a few more, and just see what happens.
Help him out, get him settled, and get used to the volume of cars on track. Yeah,
well, that's it. He's already got some good pace, but heaps to learn.
Excellent, mate. All right, mate. Good night to you. And thanks for coming out and having a bit of a sesh with the boys and giving some boys some lessons. Good luck in your enduro series, and I'm looking forward to see you back on track for the full season.
Yeah, too easy. Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. Take care.
You too.
Mr. Cowie. Oh, did I lose you? Cowan, did I lose you then? Cowan, there he is. He's back. How are you, buddy?
Hey, good, mate. I said I only jumped in because I heard your little whiny voice on. No,
I shouldn't say that. No. It's all good, buddy.
I think it was actually ShiBBy, not me. But I'll take it. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, man. That was a fun race.
Oh,
Didn't
35
really-
cars. The volume is just getting more and more intense, isn't it?
Yeah, look, she was fairly intense in the middle back there in that first race.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was good. And the fuel save was on there for the second race. So made it interesting.
Yeah. It's good fun. It was good fun to watch it. We had audio issues. I had camera issues tonight, which is all right. It's a good time for it to happen when we're testing everything. But it was a battle galore, left, right, and centre. It was so much fun out there.
Yeah, no, it was good. I heard Blake there talking about the new changes to the car. So I did the updates. So that was my first drive since I made changes. I think a few of the guys a few of the guys in the room tonight were saying that this is the best they've driven the car. So I think maybe they've made the car a bit easier to drive again for the for the amateurs, to see how you go when you have a go at yourself, buddy. But
yeah. I won't be back in the V8 for season 4. I'm not going to be racing season 4.
Jump out and drive, because talking to Leaky and Sheepy and the boys felt like it was a bit easier to drive tonight. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll go out for a spin in the coming weeks just for a bit of fun. But yeah, I won't be racing the V8s this season. I'm only going to stick to the Formula 3s and the 86s. I just need to peg it back a bit. I'm just because of time poor, that's all, more than anything. I love the V8s, and I'm getting better at driving it, which is why I'm enjoying it. But yeah, look, it's good fun, mate. It's good to see the bloody crowd out there. I can't wait to see 50 odd V8s on track. The big thing is going to be how long can we sustain the volume. I think it's going to drop within the third. By the second and third week, we're going to have a few dropouts, and then I reckon by about the third week, we'll be averaging around 40 cars a week.
Oh, look, it's going to be great, man. I'm just going to put more importance on qualifying, something that I've been pretty poor at so far, so I have to try and find some pace to get up in front of 40 other cars.
Well, qualifying and practice, mate, because it's going to be you're going to be easily exposed if you don't practice. If you're someone like me who doesn't have time to practice, that's why I'm pulling out of this, because I can get by without practicing in the 86. I could, for where I want to finish. I don't want to be fighting for titles at the moment. I just want to enjoy it. So that's cool. But in the V8, I feel if you don't practice at all, you've got no hope in hell of even being within 5 seconds of these guys.
Well, it's one of those things when you come back to a track that if you've driven it before and you haven't driven it in a while, it might take a couple of laps, but you can quick get.
Yeah.
But I mean, like anything, buddy, if you want to try and achieve something out of it, you've sort of got to put a bit of focus in. So you're right, it's practice, maybe limiting yourself to one car, until you get that under control. There's nothing wrong with jumping in other cars occasionally, because what that will do is it might help your technique. You jump in a GT car and you can brake deeper, you can trail in the corners a bit better, and then you jump back into the V8 and try and see if you can do the same thing that you were doing in the GT in the V8.
Yeah, exactly.
That way you can use that to try and push your driving forward, but still, the more you practice one car, hopefully the better you get at it.
Well, I found,
as long as you're still having fun, mate, that's the main thing.
Yeah, well, that's the most important thing as far as I'm concerned. Everything we do out there's got to be fun. That's what the whole league's about. But I found that driving the 86 and the F3 this season has given me a bit of trust in the car and letting the car roll through corners with a better pace. So I've found a lot more pace in the cars that way. And when I've got a good setup in the V8, I trust the V8 to go in a corner. I've got good pace in it then too, but I've had a bit of a battle with setups of late in the V8 because none of my team was racing V8s this season, so I had no one to compare with. So that was my biggest beef for the V8s. The other cars, I think I've gained about 4 or 5 tenths in each one of them at least. So it's a lot more fun and a bit more enjoyable. But it is what it is. That's what we're here for. Have a bit of fun, a bit of enjoyment. Get out there, and it doesn't matter how many people on track. I mean, the more there is, the more fun it is from the front to the back.
Station, mate. Win that ship station. That's what
Yeah, we're not fighting for sheep stations. We're very competitive, but it's a good, respectful competitive here.
I had some great wall-to-wall racing there at the end. I know Braden was trying to save right at the end of that race. It was great driving with him, and Troy was in amongst it. Joe, I don't know what happened to Joe, going down into Honda, I think. But some great little battles, even with Mark early on. I think he gave me a little tap and a cost him, but it was still great battles with those boys. So these things happen on track. Yeah. Good racing and good door-to-door racing. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, it is awesome. I love it. Well, mate, I'll let you go. Thank you for coming in, a bit of a chinwag with us.
All right, boys.
The second and third boys obviously didn't want to be interrogated by us. But, as it is, always fun. It's always a pleasure to have you in the comms, mate. Have a good week, and you're going to pop out on Tuesday for a spin?
I'll see what I can do. I'm fairly busy this weekend with gigs and all that, but so I'll have to see if I can devote some time. But yeah.
All
Tuesday's
right, cool,
probably more likely than Thursday. We'll have to see how we go.
Yeah, cool, mate. All right, take care of yourself, brother. Be good, and enjoy the break.
Cheers, boys.
Well, ShiBBy, that was excuse me, an interesting night. From camera issues to audio issues to all sorts of issues tonight. Are you back and live with the audio? No, he is not. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being out there and supporting us on just a casual night of racing. Thank you to Sim Rigs for supporting V8 Supercar Series, our pros and our AMs on a Tuesday night and a Saturday night. Shannon's for coming on board as a naming rights sponsor for our Toyota GR86 national competition and our Formula 3 national competition. Grim Industries for helping us with trophies and being a broadcast sponsor and being the general all-round awesome person to work with. Those of you who have seen, I had a big V8 LS2 in the back of my my Isuzu yesterday, and I took a bit of a photo of that, and it was a pretty fun thing to do. Tempting Sweets, thank you for supporting the winners and the drivers of the day during the season. Racecraft, thank you for putting together a rig and seat, which one of our fantastic viewers will win once we hit 1,000 subscribers. Rare Spares, who joined us as a stream sponsor this season, thank you very much for your support, and it's been great to have an Australian icon of a company with us as part of our streaming service. Warren & Brown Tools as our round sponsor, and our Warren & Brown cockpit cam, and also our major sponsor for our Warren & Brown IMSA Shadow series, the GT3 GTP series that runs on a Friday night, which has got 56 cars in it. That is going to be massive, watching a GT prototype and a GT3 running around. I can't wait to watch it on a Friday night. I'm going to crack open a Coke can and some popcorn and sit back and watch that. Thank you all the viewers for coming out and watching us. Thank you for being with us and supporting us even on the off season. Thank you, ShiBBy, for looking after the audio and trying to get things back on a level pegging for us. It's been one of those nights, but it's always been a lot of fun. Thank you to everyone for your support, and go out there, drive hard, drive fast, and stay safe. Good night from all.
This is amazing. I'm going to clash heads again.